for the land of the
2K Sports brings you the NBA. Now let's take a look at the Nuggets opening lineup. Murray out there with Porter. And there's JaVale McGee. And there's Gordon. And it's Jokic in at the 4 spot. And for the Clippers, DeMarcus Cousins out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then it's Ibaka. And it's George in at the 2-guard spot. Now here is George. Pass to Cousins. Outside Leonard. It's up a 3. That shot misses. And Denver the other way now. And now the Nuggets. Fast break. Oh, Porter in position. That one, no good.
Well, that alley-oop attempt, a case of what could have been, just didn't finish the play.
You know, this is something you practice over and over again. I'm surprised they couldn't execute.
Well, we know, Greg, that Jokic is such a unique talent at that center position. Young player, already top 10 in career triple-doubles.
How about the most triple-doubles ever by a foreign player? You think of the great skilled European big man. Jokic, arguably the most skilled of them all.
Well, Paul knows the defense is locked in on him, so he takes advantage and finds the open man.
George against Porter. Murray for 3. Serge Ibaka with the rebound. And so Ibaka will bring it up for the Clippers. Leonard, no luck.
This is the shot you want right at the rim. He just couldn't deliver.
Here's Murray, and he uses the glass on the layup.
Some guys just understand how to generate points. He's one of them.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Beverley, the pass to George. Beyond the arc. No good that time. And the Nuggets going the other way. Here's Porter. It's on target from the high post. Porter's got 5 points so far.
A high-level athlete with great run and jump ability. Porter finishes well in transition.
Pass to Ibaka. On the wing, George. Six on the shot clock. Back to Ibaka. Pulls it from 20. Jokic grabs the miss.
Missing that one helps out all the analytical guys from the mid-range.
Here's Murray. The kick out to Porter. For the 3. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. 8 points for him.
Oh, great ball movement there.
George against Porter. Will it go? McGee with the block. And now the Nuggets. Fast break. Porter's running. And good. You got the English that time as it falls. Greg, we know the names of the superstars, but there are players that are just under that category who probably should get a little more recognition.
Hey, Kevin, that's a great point, and I'm going to toot my alma mater's horn a little bit. Christian Wood's a guy that kind of
good one, yes.
Reminds me of that. He's kind of on the come up. How about Devontae Graham, the second rounder back in 2018, but he's showing to be an established young talent in this league, and there are many more guys like that, and they're going to have their opportunity to become household names.
And so it's Jokic with it. He brings it up for the Nuggets. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That is his first foul of the game. Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Murray outside for 3.
And despite that miss, a strong start for them offensively.
Here's George. Offensive rebound. The shot missing. Denver leading by 10. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And the slam dunk by McGee.
Building up a big early lead, they have taken charge of this game.
Play calling has been fantastic. They've been a step ahead of the defense since the opening tip.
And that one's good, George.
Slippery play by Paul George to get inside. He ends up right where he wanted to be for the shot.
Murray the pass to Porter. And here's Jokic. He's guarded by Cousins. Beverly against Jokic. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. No good on the triple. And here we go. Fast break. Cousins has got it. And then Cousins with the dunk.
Way to run the floor, big fella. And this is what you get from DeMarcus Cousins. He plays with a lot of passion.
Wide open look here for Murray. Drops in the tray. Murray's got 5.
They've been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
And it's helped them build an early lead. They just need to stay aggressive.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And for the Nuggets, this has been the game they wanted to have.
You could see they were well prepared defensively coming into this one.
Yes, what they do, they take away the things that teams like to do offensively, also keeping them out of sync.
Taking a look at the Nuggets, Jokic is out there with JaVale McGee. Then it's Michael Porter. Then there's Murray. And it's Gordon in at the 3. Beverly with the ball. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Here's Leonard. Denver grabs the miss. And here we go. Murray heading to the hoop. And it's Murray with the jam.
And not just a scorer, but a distributor as well. Porter's court awareness is really impressive.
George with the bounce pass. 17-foot shot on the way. Ibaka, no luck. Porter against Beverly. Gordon kicks to Porter. Back to Gordon. Passes it to Murray. Clock at 6. Fires from deep. Serge Ibaka with the rebound. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
A reliable jump shooter. Paul George's accuracy only goes up when he catches in rhythm.
Now here's Murray. He has 7. From deep three-point range. Goes up at the stripe. And that one hits back iron.
Once he gets the ball there, you expect him to capitalize. That was a missed opportunity.
And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And boy, Kawhi is the perfect target. The big reach to get to the pass and the great hands on the catch.
Now here's Porter. 10 points for him. Shoots it. Jokic with the bucket. Jokic has got 4 points now in the quarter.
I love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
I'm impressed with their intensity tonight. They came in focused and they've executed.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Kennard for 3. Inside, poked away. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. From deep. He can't get it to go. And the Nuggets going the other way. And it's Bull that time on the assist by Barton. And the Nuggets lead by 17.
One sign of a great playmaker, hitting his man in stride.
And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball.
You too.
And here are the Nuggets now. The Nuggets leading by 17. 1:57 left in the second quarter. Millsap has the open look, and it's off from three-point range. Clippers have gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%.
Promising start for Luke Kennard. End up missing extended minutes with injuries. Hopefully, he can stay healthy this go-around.
Well, the first thought from the D there was to protect the rim, so good idea to take the three in transition.
Here's Jackson. Oh, that's offensive interference. And the Clippers call time here.
And just trying to get some traction offensively. Boy, it hasn't been pretty.
You know, this is a good time to maybe switch up your strategy a little bit. You can't keep doing what you're doing and expect a different result.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. 1:16 left to play here in the second quarter. Outside Millsap. The three. It's hauled in by George.
And Kennard's moving into the starting lineup for the first time last season.
And to add to that, he had a larger role offensively. And at the same time, his efficiency increased. That's a good sign.
Here's Barton. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. Barton passes to Bull. He dishes it to Millsap. And the wide open shot from Green. That's good. And it's Millsap with the assists.
Yeah, there's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes now in the D.
The shot by George, wide open. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
Though he doesn't show a lot of expression, PG-13 is ultra competitive. Claps back from distance.
Morris dishes to Barton. Out to Morris, to the middle. Here's Millsap. The Clippers grab the miss. Ibaka's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Leonard. Again, Los Angeles.
You know, there's a rhythm to Leonard's game, but also an awareness. Just takes what the defense allows.
From deep three-point range, it doesn't go for him. And so it's the Denver Nuggets in. Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the
2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each. What a start for Michael Porter. He had 10 points, and so was Jamal Murray. And that does it for our...
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. Really an incredible game from Michael Porter.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
And it's not like everything's been at the rim. There's been a number of jump shots along the way.
We've got Reggie Jackson. Ivica Zubac is out there with Morris. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Batum in at the 3. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Now, here's Kennard. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. And Greg, you play with some big personalities. Talk about the best way to manage egos and conflicts in the locker room. That's a very interesting topic.
No doubt about it. You know, Kev, first thing you learn from middle school on, your team is your family. And let's face it, all families have spats, and so do teams. You just learn to never personalize those things. Never leave any stone unturned. Like, don't let things fester. When there are issues, you address them. And if you're not taking things personally, you tend to be able to work through whatever issues you may come in front of.
Good advice. Jokic with the bucket.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Now here's Jackson. Kennard on the wing. Again, the Clippers.
I like when Reggie Jackson is seeking out his teammates. He could have took that shot, but his teammate, he was wide open.
Outside Gordon. The dish to McGee. The Nuggets moving the ball around. Back to Gordon. Just 4 to shoot. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Clippers trail by 17.
Well, you can't help but think of the dunk contest robbery with Aaron Gordon. Didn't receive max points on some of his dunks that clearly deserved it. Said he's done with the event after the last go. And I can't say I blame him.
And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That's his first foul. Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. On the wing, Morris. Guarded by Jackson. Bull kicks to Barton. 6 to shoot. Stripped it away. Zubats with it. Now Bull defending. Kennard for 3. Drains it from beyond the arc. Kennard's got 5 points so far.
And now they're shooting it pretty well. That was not something we would have said in that first half.
Morris passes to Barton. And the shot goes down. He has 5. And with the dunk contest in Aaron Gordon, some of the dunks he pulled off, Greg, were outstanding.
I mean, going over Taco Fall was the big one. The one-handed windmill was impressive as well. Gordon doesn't need a trophy. Everyone knows he's one of the best dunkers we've ever seen.
And the call will be against Luke Kennard. That is his first foul of the game. 3 minutes gone now in the third quarter. Barton against Kennard. Now, here is Morris. He's guarded closely. Millsap.
Bringing a strong work ethic defensively. Morris grinding on the shooter there.
It's tipped, and it's out of bounds. The Clippers able to retain possession here.
And he jumped out to that ball immediately. Great reaction on that deflection.
A little bit late there, but you tried to get into your opponent's head. Force them to go somewhere else with the ball, and he did that.
Now, here's Kennard. 5 points in the game.
In this period, they're feeding him, and he's feeling it.
And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for Denver. Their biggest lead of the game was 21. Barton finds Millsap. Yep, it counts. And the Nuggets lead by 14.
A rugged finish from Millsap, undeterred by the defense.
In the corner, it's Morris. A putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Zubats has got 4 points this quarter.
Challenging the defense at the rim, something he does very well. Excellent tip-in.
Kennard against Barton. It's hauled in by Zubats.
Whoops. Got caught in between moves there on his way to the rack.
Out to Morris. The 17-footer. Green with the rebound. The Nuggets leading by 12. Here's Barton. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. That's 7 points for Will Barton.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
He is just unwilling to settle. He gets right to the rim and makes sure they come away with points. Man, he keeps doing his part. They just haven't been able to get over the hump.
Barton against Kennard. Barton passes to Morris. Three-pointer. Off target with that shot.
Tremendous defense. Reggie has the quickness to stay on the ball.
And so it's the Denver Nuggets up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. What a night they've had in terms of their shooting. Everything dropping in for them. Back to the action after this word. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Creating plays for others, it's an art form, but it's also a discipline. Fantastic job.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. So out there for the Nuggets right now, Green is out there with Paul Millsap. Then there's Monte Morris. Then there's Bull. And it's Barton in at the 2. Now, here is Morris. Lays it up off the glass. Morris has got his first bucket in this one.
Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
And here's Beverly. And Leonard has it in the corner. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
He was able to simply lay it in over the top of the smaller man.
Now, here is George. And there's the pass to Beverly. Back to George. Shot clock at 5. It's good from long range.
You need guys who can stretch the floor or the offense doesn't flow. Paul George is one of the best at it.
Morris outside. For 3, Millsap. The rebound by Ibaka. Ibaka's got 6 rebounds now in the game.
Trying to finish out the game strong, you have to recognize who has the hot hand and get him the ball.
Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. Now here's Beverly. In the corner, George with it. Beyond the arc. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
When we talk about George's confidence, when you have that kind of range, you should be confident.
Beverly against Murray. Dishes it to Porter. Back to Murray. The Nuggets moving the ball around. And McGee kicks to Murray. The Nuggets need to get a shot off here. The drive by Jokic. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. And 11 points for Jokic.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And Leonard has it in the corner. Back to George. Takes a 3. The shot comes out. Now the Nuggets take it the other way. And now the Nuggets, fast break. Here's McGee. The Clippers grab the miss. Ibaka's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Here's Leonard. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Like a gazelle cruising down the court, Kawhi's difficult to stay with in transition.
Porter looking it over. Pass to Jokic. The offensive rebound.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there. Here's Leonard. Beverly up top. Outside, George. There's the triple. Sinks the triple. George has got 9 points now in just the second half.
So comfortable in pick and roll. Paul George is a top-level ball handler who consistently makes the right play.
Now here's Porter. For 3, Murray. It's rebounded by Leonard. Clippers trail by 7.
Every second counts now. They can't wait around.
And I don't think they will. The problem is they've waited too long to make a move.
Here's George. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
No moment is ever too big for Paul George. He remains confident in the clutch.
Murray against Cousins. Murray, no good. This could be a turning point.
Critical possession right here.
And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up.
He's an NBA champion and Finals MVP in 2014. Kawhi continues to impact the game at the highest level.
Both free throws good from Kawhi Leonard.
No doubt about those free throws. This is why you put the ball in his hands.
Guys, they're not going to be in any rush on this possession.
Not with the lead. Now's the time to burn some clock.
And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
Hate to see that. I know everyone's mind is on the play, but you got to protect the ball.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Back to George. take the lead. The three won't fall. But they get it back. Jokic. And so it's Denver who comes out on top here. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's good. And nothing.
Kevin, thanks.
He stays working and stays true. David, thank you. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. We've got Damian Lillard, Robert Covington out there with Collins. Then it's Enes Kanter, and it's Powell in at the 2 guard. And for the Clippers, they've got Morris, Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard, and it's Ibaka in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. In the backcourt matchup tonight, Brent, definitely high-powered at the point guard position in particular. Much more scoring expected than in decades past.
I think guys have the green light, Kevin, to fire away at the first available opportunity. The offense isn't taught the same way with orchestrators at the point guard position. Now guys are looking to be overly aggressive with their scoring prowess and to try to make plays sometimes feels secondary.
And there's the feed to Kanter. Shot clock at 6. Lillard the pass to Powell. Here's Kanter. Tried to bank it in, but he misses. And Zo Ibaka will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's on Damian Lillard.
And Bones, he stands just 6'1", but Patrick Beverly rebounds like a forward.
The fact that he's going to bring it mentally, GA, I mean, that's the huge advantage. I think if you're in the opposing locker room and you know you're going to get on the floor, Patrick Beverly is going to be right in your jock for every minute that you're going to be competing against him.
Now here's Powell. Lillard finds Collins. Back to Lillard. From past the arc. Up again. Great positioning on the putback.
One of the game's very best offensive rebounders, Cantor also has the wherewithal to quickly convert for the score.
Leonard on the wing. Lots of room. And it's good off the back rim and in. Leonard's got his second bucket of the game to go.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
Now here's Covington. Good work defensively by Morris.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
And Leonard gets it to go.
Well, a good start here. That's Trey for Trey, and that's Spanish for 3.
Here is Lillard. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. To the paint, here's Cantor. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
A coachable kid. Cantor uses that little up fake, causes the defender to overreact.
It's his first trip to the line.
It was a little bit of a battle for him all season long. Last year, only shooting about 71%.
The Clippers have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. Left side of Ibaka. The 3 ball. That one misses. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way. Lillard from outside. It's stolen by Ibaka. Here's Leonard. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
The shot by Powell, no good. The Clippers in the lead. Over to the wing. And Ibaka kicks to Morris. George looking around. He feeds it to Ibaka. Now in the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
Yeah, high percentage look there for Ibaka. He can be automatic in there when given room.
Powell, the pass to Lillard. From deep. From beyond the arc and then some. Lillard's got 5.
Oh, man, what a shot. He hit that from another time zone.
George dishes to Morris. Down low. Oh, and the dunk by Ibaka.
So agile. Ibaka able to quickly come up and set the screen, then quickly rolls into position for the score.
Lillard against Beverly. Powell. And he banks in the layup.
Now, what a great option he gives them on every possession.
Lillard against Beverly. Back to Morris. For the 3. George against Powell. Ibaka, the pass to George. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Paul George right now 1 step ahead of his defender using the old pump fake.
The Clippers shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. So both teams changing it up here. He hits both from the stripe.
Well, when he gets into a groove at the free throw line, it doesn't just last for tonight. This might be 2 weeks, 2 months, something like that.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Jones dishes to Nurkic. Kicks it out to Jones. Portland needs to get off a shot. Nurkic can't hit. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Clippers ahead. And before the game, we ran into Damian Lillard, who touched upon the...
What we've learned is staying together.
And Greg, of course, he helps keep everyone on the same page.
He communicates well with his teammates, and he listens. That's why they trust him. The discussions go both ways.
And it's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync. Terrific first quarter.
They couldn't ask for a better one right now. Just a complete rhythm by all the guys who got some minutes. Wonderful start.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Batuma's out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Paul George. And there's Jackson. And it's Man in at the small forward. Now here's George. Here's McCollum. Jones trying to get open. It's good, and the Clipper lead is cut down to 1 on the bucket from McCollum.
Nurkic getting more and more comfortable at finding the open men on this team.
George against Nurkic. George, no good.
Give him a little credit. Take some guts to keep shooting if you're struggling this bad. It's getting a little bit ugly right now.
And the Clippers making a change here. Kennard's checked in. There's the pass to Nurkic. And here in the second, with about a minute and a half gone by, passes to Simons. Lobs it up for Anthony. The alley-oop layup, very well done.
Oh, my goodness. Save that one. I want to see that again.
Me too. Just absolutely beautiful.
And last year showed that there's still a place in the NBA for a guy like Melo. Mostly a mid-range shooter in the league that has turned away from that. But buckets are buckets, and Melo can still light it up.
Well, that's how you draw it up right there. A screen to shed the defense, a quick move to the bucket, and you get the lay-in.
Simons, the pass to McCollum. Shoots the three. And no good. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. Well, Carmelo Anthony was out of the NBA for about a year, calendar-wise. Greg, were you surprised it took him so long to get a look and get back in the NBA?
Kevin, I wasn't shocked, but absolutely I was surprised. I mean, it was always going to take the right fit for Melo and the right team. And in this case, it was the Blazers. But Melo showed he has legs left in the league and can still be a positive. You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Now here's Jackson, guarded closer. Off the left rim and out.
I saw a green light there. The D's not going to get away with that kind of lapse all that often here tonight.
Anthony with the bucket.
Yeah, this story in the second quarter, much different than the one in the first. We're finally seeing some aggression.
Here's Jackson after the made shot from Carmelo Anthony. The drive by Jackson. Bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
And with a quick first step, Jackson remains a threat to drive on any defender.
McCollum deciding where to go with it. To the wing on the left. From deep. And it's the Clippers with the rebound.
Vic and Colton here. This is a tough one. Crucial that he starts to work a little harder for a higher percentage shot.
The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Such a big body down there. Nurkic battling.
59 seconds left in the first half. McCollum against Kennard. And he converts the layup.
And we'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Well, you can tell they really want to increase this lead. They can't keep letting them take it from them.
So it's Portland now. after the basket by Los Angeles. And the whistle blows as the basket counts, and a three-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up. And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Cantor checked in for Nurkic. Robert Covington comes in for Anthony. Norman Powell's checked in for McCollum. And it's Damian Lillard in for Anthony Simons. And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here.
And coaches looking to seize every advantage, maximize every possession.
Got to feel good as a coach if you make all those adjustments, pull the right strings. That's what they love to do.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game. Here's Beverly. And the wide open shot from Morris. Hits the three-point bomb. Morris has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Here's Lillard. He has 5. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Lillard's got 7 points in the game.
Yeah, this is the kind of shot selection that you got to be on board with Lillard. Tenacious scorer, but I love the efficient opportunity there.
And George gets it to go. Well, guys, this first half has been about as tightly contested as you could hope for. Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime, so we'll be back in just a bit.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, good to see a pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. They were never able to get the lead up. Bad.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. You have to like what we've seen so far from Damian Lillard.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
On the floor for Portland, Norman Powell is out there with Damian Lillard. Then it's Jones. Then it's Robert Covington. And it's Cantor in at the center, locking down the middle.
And the versatility of Paul George's game, elite defense and rebounding, steals and deflections.
And you think about Paul George moving to several teams, yet still having the impact on both ends of the floor. I think that is a telltale sign that you have an elite talent in Paul George. Well, after committing a turnover like that, you're just praying the game doesn't come down to the last possession. You'll remember that one.
I'm glad we got to see the mobile one block once more. What a play.
And read the play perfectly. Gets himself in the air at the right moment. Terrific denial.
Back to Leonard. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. And a minute played as the second half gets going. Lillard, the pass to Powell. Now here's Cantor. Lillard outside. Launches it. The rebound by Paul George. Clippers leading by 3. Here's Leonard. Hangs in midair and converts on the double clutch layup. Leonard's got 8 points.
The strength and that body that Kawhi has, he finishes through contact as well as anyone in the league.
Here's Lillard. Goes back up. Pass to Powell. Here is Lillard. Just 5 to shoot. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
Not sure they realize it's not halftime anymore. 4 attempts, and they're still looking for their first bucket.
Here's George, trying to get open as a bucket. That's good for George on the assist by Beverly. Beverly's got 3 assists in the game. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Lillard attacking. 2 points. That one goes. Greg, if you're a small market team, how do you convince stars that you've drafted and developed to stay and re-sign?
It's a great question, Kevin. I actually think in a lot of ways it's easier today because you can be box office. You can be a superstar in a small market and have the name recognition because of the era we play in. And so I think the biggest way to keep them there is to build a championship caliber team around them. I think that is your saving grace. If you can prove to them that you can build a championship caliber team, I don't really think that there is a reason to want to lose.
It's a solid blueprint. Here's Lillard after the basket by Los Angeles. From the arc. Rebound by the Clippers. Morris has got his 4th rebound in this one.
Yeah, the three-pointer has not been his weapon in this one. He had 1 in the first quarter and still 0 here in the second.
Yeah, letting it rip. They're just having fun right now.
Yeah, some of these nights you got to enjoy yourself. Not too much at the expense of the other team, but right now this team is balling.
Now the Clippers with it. They've got a 12-2 run in progress. The 3 from George. Launches a 3, and again Los Angeles with the triple.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Trailblazers trail by 14. A minute 20 left in the third. Lillard with the bucket.
And there's the problem. Lillard just too quick and too shifty to stop cold on any dribble drive.
Outside, George. Kicks it out to Leonard. Morris right side. On the wing, Morris. Here's George. Doesn't go for him. And the Trailblazers going the other way. Covington wide open. He fires. Off target with his 3.
Ooh, he missed an easy chance to put some points on the board. He won't get a much better look at that kind of shot again here probably tonight.
And usually teams go on runs and it comes from a lot of layups and dunks, but not now.
Good on that shot, and with that, the Los Angeles lead is cut down to just 12 points with the basket from Lillard. And it's the Clippers' ball. They're on a 17-6 run. And George kicks to Ibaka. Leonard looking around. Pass to George. 6 on the shot clock. And George with the stuff.
PG showing that. That's a signature dunk from him.
Lillard against Beverly. For 3. Paul George grabs the miss. George has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for Los Angeles. He puts together. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Now the passing for the team becoming contagious, this time involving the big.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. Ivica Zubac is out there with Batum. Then there's Reggie Jackson. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's man in at the small forward position. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Now, here's Kennard. And the pass to Zubac. Good D by Covington. Trailblazers trail by 14. Lillard way outside. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Cantor. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. C.J. McCollum, he's checked in for Norman Powell. And it's Simons in for Lillard. Jackson down low. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
And with the defender draped all over him, Jackson has that strength to fight through the contact.
A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone right now. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Kennard against McCollum. Fires the three. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
Well, that's a go-to for CJ. He looks to spray it from three-point line as much as he possibly can.
Just over a minute and a half played here in the fourth. Jackson against Nurkic. And the dunk by Zubac.
Oh, such a beautiful pass to set that one up.
Yeah, the pass might have been pretty, but the finish was angry. Here's Simons. Passes it to Nurkic. Anthony left side. And it's Anthony with the jam.
Melo getting up there at 6'8", rising up and getting to the rim for the throwdown.
Now Jackson. Pass to Kennard. And the three off target.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Teams have dynasties. The 90s, Michael Jordan. We've seen it over the many decades. Over the next decade, though, who do you think is going to lead the pack there?
Ooh, that's a great question. You know, with the way Father Time is treating LeBron, you might have to wait and see because he is still playing at such a high level. But, you know, obviously Giannis has got to be on the short list with the Bucks. For me, I really look at Luka in Dallas. I just feel like with Kristaps Porzingis, that duo could just be deadly with how the game is played. But don't sleep on the Celtics with Tatum and Brown and that group that they have, with the front office they have. Man, I think the league overall is going to be in great shape moving forward.
It sure seems that way. Damian Lillard's checked in for Portland.
Not bad. Nurkic with a nice shot there, especially off of that assist.
Everly with the ball. Here's Leonard. Nurkic with the block. And now Portland on the break. And a wide open look for McCollum. His three-pointers off the mark. And Morris has got the ball here for Los Angeles. That's good for George on the assist from Leonard. George has got 19 points.
Just tough shots just don't bother Paul George. So smooth with it when he gets into his motion.
Lillard, the pass to McCollum. Offensive rebound. And some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. From deep three-point range, and it's Lillard missing.
And since halftime, he has just been ice cold. Just can't seem to get anything to go his way.
And here's George for three. And the rebound by Nurkic. And there's the foul. It goes on Serge Ibaka. And that'll be his third foul so far. Trailblazers trail by 12.
And clearly, we will not be witnessing a spirited comeback tonight, albeit as exciting as that would be. This was an excellent all-around performance for the Clippers.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Yeah, I think you're on point, Kevin. They got better looks, and that tends to lead to a better field goal percentage.
And, you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for George.
Just does a great job of looking for space and then finding it. That's taking advantage of what the defense is giving them.
Impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
Awesome to see their output tonight, trying to urge their team on, and that can always help. That home advantage of home fans getting you going, fully on display here.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Beverly, the pass to Ibaka. And the whistle blows, and it's going to be an over-the-back call here.
Just got a little ahead of himself going for that rebound and gets whistled for the over-the-back.
Yeah, just might have to take it down a notch there. Don't like the result of the foul. I like the tenacity, just not the foul.
The deep three from George. And it's Portland with the rebound. Now here's Anthony. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it. The bright lights and tall buildings of downtown Los Angeles setting the scene for us. And David Alt.
Good evening, Kevin.
What a story. David, thank you. Now a look at Dallas's starting lineup. Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Luka Doncic out there with Hardaway. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3 spot. And for Los Angeles, Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. And it's Marcus Morris. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Ibaka in at the 5 spot. Now, here's Doncic. Porzingis can't hit.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
And, you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and timing have to be close to perfect.
And so Doncic will bring it up for Dallas. Deep benches tonight, Greg, on both sides. This seems to be a growing trend.
You know, teams are digging deeper than ever before, even getting into the two-way contracts that give you depth past your top 15 guys. One, you're trying to protect the investment in your big-ticket items, your franchise-caliber players, but you got to keep an eye on the future in terms of player development. That's another area where the league has really changed when you look at the makeup of these rosters.
Well said. Here's Doncic. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. And that one's good. Doncic.
You know, as I watch Doncic, I think it's futile to try to distract this guy. His focus and concentration and control of himself is excellent.
Now, here is George. Here's Leonard. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And last year, excellent at the free throw line, just a shade under 90%.
And guys, the numbers don't lie. I mean, he was such a reliable presence at the free throw line all throughout last season.
Here's Doncic. And the dunk by Doncic.
Doncic doing a nice job showing you some sneaky explosion and athleticism on that throwdown.
And it was interesting how the Dallas franchise sold its fans on Doncic. Ownership told them, think of a 6'7" Steve Nash. Isn't quite the shooter Steve was, but is only a teenager. Great vision. Boy, he can really pass it. And it turns out Doncic is all of that and more.
And it's in there. Doncic has got 8 points.
And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts.
George passes to Leonard. Lets it go with a 3. Can't hit that one. So the Mavericks will take it the other way. And even Nash himself called Doncic a dream prospect.
Yeah, it said Luka was big and mobile enough in the modern game, can guard multiple positions, has a skill set, a winning mentality, and those leadership qualities. Steve Nash sounding like a future GM.
Now, here's Kleba. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. For Los Angeles, they've gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Beverley finds Leonard. Ibaka outside. On the wing, George. Here's the 3. That's basket number 2 with his 3rd shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
Man, you've got to like the way George puts the right touch and art on his shots from deep. He's an outstanding shooter from range.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, GA, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
Clippers with the ball. Following the score by Dallas. George, no good.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
To the inside. It's stolen by Morris. Leonard with no one around. It's good, only a few seconds into the shot clock. Leonard's got his 2nd basket. Beverley against Doncic. And Doncic throws it down.
Well, you can't let Doncic have these types of opportunities, guys. When you aren't close to him, this is what happens.
George against Hardaway. George passes to Ibaka. The shot's good on the assist by George.
Outstanding distribution there. I mean, what impressive passing ability.
Beverly against Doncic. And the dunk by Doncic.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
And you know, guys, when your point guard is making explosive plays at the rim, I really do think it sets the tone for the rest of the team.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
And so Doncic will bring it up for the Mavericks. They trail by 1. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Down low, Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Boy, like seeing these passes. Doncic has a keen sense for when one of his guys is open, and he gets it to him on time, on target.
Leonard inside. Can't connect from short range.
Man, I can't believe he blew that gimme, guys. Well, I know he's frustrated about that.
It's been all about... And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Mavericks.
Really some great drives to the basket here early on for these guys.
You know, it also hasn't taken them long to make their mark in the paint. I mean, they're doing a lot of their scoring from in there.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On the floor right now for the Mavericks, Kleber is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Tim Hardaway Jr. out there with Doncic. And it's Finney Smith in at the small forward.
And where Finney Smith really made strides last season, his consistency from range.
And you know, Greg, it was really his defense, the work ethic he brings, the effort level. I mean, that's always been there. I watched this kid play in college, and that's always been part of his package. But as an NBA wing, you've got to be able to knock down shots and help space the floor if you want to find your way into the lineup. And to Finney Smith's credit, he's done that and has become a valuable part of the rotation.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Richardson, he's checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Reddick comes in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Doncic. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul, stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
I'm sure you've got a list, Greg, of players you've visited with over the years who you really enjoy spending some time with and talking to.
I mean, there's so many, Kevin. A couple guys, and there is a little bias as a point guard, but Damian Lillard and Steph Curry and Chris Paul, 3 guys that, you know, I enjoy sitting down and talking shop with. Giannis, you know, witnessing his journey to greatness, all the while he remains humble and really appreciates his position. So several of these guys, I'm also not just an analyst partner, but a fan and a big fan of theirs.
You are a fan indeed.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
Clippers leading by 4. Zubac kicks to Kennard. From downtown, that one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
Really starting to find himself now, guys, after getting shut out in the first quarter.
Here's Brunson, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That's on Reggie Jackson.
Yeah, how about the body control on that one? Narrowly misses getting the deuce.
Boy, he had a nice look at it after drawing the foul. Boy, it would have been nice to get an and one there.
The Clippers have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. 2 minutes now played in the second quarter. It's Jackson with the drive.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
You know, they need to stay aggressive here. Build the lead up while they've got the chance. Don't waste this opportunity.
Brunson up top, guarded by Jackson. They get it back. Cauley-Stein. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And Cauley-Stein, so explosive around the rim. Hard to defend without fouling.
Cauley-Stein hits them both.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
Yeah, I like everything you said there, because when all else fails, if you can get to the stripe, that's really a good way to change the momentum in the game, because you get points and you also slow down the opponent because the game isn't going up and down as much.
Clippers leading by 3. Jackson with it. And the rejection by Cauley Stein.
You better come stronger than that. Cauley Stein, a presence defensively.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin. The Mavericks have their young star tandem in Luka Doncic and Kristaps Porzingis. KP said, "We can be a pretty deadly duo. It's only going to be a matter of time. Once we get that two-man game going, it's going to be hard to stop. Guys, it's already hard to stop. Back to you."
Team on the rise, David. Thank you so much. Cauley Stein finds Richardson. Back to Cauley Stein. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Yeah, Josh Richardson is just not a scorer and defender, folks. He can pass it, too.
Jackson with it. Out defended by Cauley Stein for Los Angeles. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Here's Brunson after the basket by Los Angeles. And now here's Batum, the fast break opportunity. And the jam by Nicholas Batum.
And, you know, Batum with that Greyhound build and stride covering ground in a hurry.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Brunson, no good.
Boy, just not scoring with the efficiency he'd like to. Tough quarter for him.
Outside Jackson. He lobs it up. It's rebounded by Brunson. Here's Richardson. Doesn't get it to drop for him. We'll get right back to the action when we return.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. They didn't get more than a one-possession lead. Thanks for joining.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. You know, Luka Doncic has been exceptional here, guys.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
We've got Marcus Morris. Patrick Beverly out there with Paul George. Then it's Ibaka, and it's Leonard in at the 3, the small forward. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Here's Doncic, following the score by Serge Ibaka. Dallas moving it around. Here's Doncic. The Clippers grab the miss. And now the Clippers on the break. And there's the whistle, called a clear path foul there. Yep. And he'll shoot 2 at the line. The Clippers shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight. Greg, is a broadcast. Who have been some of your favorite personalities to cover?
Man, that's a great question. You know, most of the stars,
I'm a big fan of Durant and Steph and LeBron and those guys. Chris Paul's another one that's a favorite. So many other guys, you know, there's so much more personality and so much more confidence these guys have working in front of the camera. I think that just makes for a better experience.
Somebody asked me the other day, who is my favorite? You know who I said?
Who was that?
Greg Anthony.
Oh, you're just saying that because it's true.
Mavericks trail by 7. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Boy, this is why me and so many others are high on Doncic. I mean, he's got the ability to fight through challenges that defenses present.
And I remember when Doncic was first asked, who is your favorite player? And, boy, he did not hesitate. LeBron James.
Hey, Greg, for guys of his generation, that would be the answer for 80 to 90% of them, and with good reason. How about these quotes from Doncic? He said, if I dunk on LeBron, I can retire. But I like this one a little better. He said, LeBron can play in a lot of different positions. I can too. But for me to be like LeBron, I have to work much harder. That's a guy who knows his stuff.
And here's George after Luka Doncic hitting the 3. And so they foul intentionally.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
That one goes in. Leonard's got 4 this quarter.
Leonard has really become so good at catching and firing. I mean, he doesn't allow the defense any time to alter his shot.
And Doncic, here we go, trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. And that's an intentional foul. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Pass to George. Fires the 3.
You know, it hasn't been his best outing, but they still find themselves in the driver's seat here.
Good on that shot, and with that, the Los Angeles lead is cut down to just 1 on the basket from Doncic.
The adjustments they've made offensively, they're putting guys in a position now to succeed.
It's certainly been an impressive run. They finally found the right formula to break down the defense.
Now, here is George. He's got 5. Lobs it up for Ibaka, and the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George.
Not sure what he was thinking about with that pass. Just sailed it right out of bounds.
Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. Doncic outside for the lead. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Serge Ibaka picks one up there.
Boy, Doncic plays with such an edge and attitude, and I think it endears him to his teammates and gives them confidence.
And so George will bring it up for the Clippers. It's a 1-point game. Second shot opportunity. Kicks it out to Leonard. For Los Angeles, they have been good at the free throw line. This one, 7 of 8. Well, free throw drops for Leonard.
And the soft-spoken Leonard is now an elite talent in this league, an athletic forward who leads by example.
Making it look effortless. Send this guy to the stripe. He's going to cash in more than not.
Here's Doncic. No good on that one. Good work defensively by Morris. Beverly dishes to George. And the foul called on Marcus Morris. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Dallas. They're on a 12-4 run. Doncic against George. Doncic passes to Porzingis. Paul George with the steal. Leonard kicks to Beverly. Out to Morris. Back to Leonard. On the wing, Morris. 6 to shoot. No good with the triple.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
And here we go with Leonard. Nobody back. And finished off by Leonard.
And busting it up the floor. Leonard showing a lot of energy on the fast break. If there's one thing he doesn't lack, it's hustle.
Now, here's Doncic. He's got 24. Stolen by George.
And this will be the last possession of the quarter if they're patient.
Yeah, they've got to hold for the last shot here.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
Exactly. I mean, when you're running neck to neck, those kinds of mistakes tip the scales.
And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. Morris with the ball.
You know, sometimes making it difficult for him to finish at the rim is all you can ask for from the defense.
Kawhi Leonard has been on display for the LA Clippers. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
Well, clearly he's the guy that stirs the drink for him, and that's how he does it, with his dynamite passing skills.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. On the floor for Dallas starting the fourth quarter here. Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Hardaway is out there with Luka Doncic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3. Here's Jackson after Luka Doncic's bucket. And that's good. Reggie Jackson for 3. And the Clippers lead by 6.
The improved touch of Jackson, especially from range, now making him a multi-dimensional threat.
And it's Doncic missing. And Los Angeles guys shooting with confidence, 50% from the field so far. Porzingis with the block, and they'll keep possession. Inside, here's Zubac, and the dunk by Zubac.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. Oh, and with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Well, I think he did plenty of damage nonetheless. I mean, it was only with one hand, but he still threw that down pretty hard.
Now, here's Kennard. Outside Jackson. Porzingis with the block.
Tell you what, Porzingis showing great timing as the anchor of the defense there.
Here's Hardaway. Can't get it to fall. Los Angeles leading by 8. Here's Jackson. Porzingis with the block. And here comes the break. Ripped away. It's 2-on-1. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. Sinks the three-pointer. Kennard's got the lead up to 11 now for the Clippers. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for Los Angeles.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. There's been an attack mode on the defensive line.
Something else they've done is force a lot of mistakes defensively. And they've been turning those turnovers into points.
It's easy to forget about Jackson's bunnies, but he's more than happy to remind you. And with that basket, he's able to end a 10-0 run by the Clippers.
Now here's Jackson. And the dunk by Jackson.
Puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, GA. He really does put pressure on him.
And you know, guys, showing how dynamic a weapon he is for this offense, they feed off of that energy and ability to make plays. It gets them going.
And here is Los Angeles now, following the score by Dallas. Jackson drives in, off target at the rim. And Zubac picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. A platoon swap here for the Clippers. And a new group getting ready for Dallas. Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Porzingis. Marjanovic comes in for Maxi Kleba. Josh Richardson's checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Hardaway.
Yeah, and from mid-range, Leonard's jump shot is money. It doesn't matter if it's off the dribble or catch and shoot. He never loses his touch.
Oh, that's straight TNT, baby. Explosive.
That was pretty, and he just has that effortless knack for getting inside.
Tell you what, you'd hate to be the guy having the responsibility of guarding him.
Good. Richardson's got it back down to within single digits for Dallas.
Well, no easy answer for how you defend Richardson on the drive.
We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Leonard kicks to Ibaka. Out of bounds. Dallas will take possession. We've got 1:18 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Doncic. Here's Marjanovic. And Marjanovic with the slam.
Nothing soft about the putback there.
And why chance it, right? Take the dunk if you've got it.
Well, you know, if nobody's going to put a body on him, then that's going to be the result.
Now, here's Beverly. 55 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Just 5 on the clock. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Morris passes to Leonard. Los Angeles with another miss.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Now, here is George. 27 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. It's good.
Not much you can do against Paul George on the drive. I mean, he's got great length and he knows how to use it, and he gets exactly where he wants to.
And again, Dallas turns it over.
And that's just another mistake. I mean, they've got it on autopilot, and they look totally dejected.
And here are the Clippers now. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Bounce pass from Beverly. Right side, George. And airballs the triple. That one was way off. And here's the fast break. Richardson leading the way. Here's Cauley Stein. That's good.
Well, it's almost like Richardson has a sixth.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks. Terrific talented backcourts tonight, Greg. Did it ever add anything for you playing across another top-level guard?
Listen, it raises the stakes, no doubt about it. You always want the opportunity to play against the best because you want to see where you stand. But in the end, even when you know a guy's better than you, and you're going to have that be the case a lot of nights, you still know that you will have an ability to impact the outcome when it comes to winning. And that's where you have to keep your focus.
And he comes up with the deuce.
And the D getting outworked there on the putback. Can't let that happen.
You have got to put a body on somebody. We talk about it ad nauseum, but you've got to be disciplined with the box outs.
And so the Denver Nuggets get the first points on the ballgame. A three from Morris, rebounded by McGee. And here's the fast break. Jokic leading the way. The putback, it's good on the putback.
Yeah, just phenomenal at using that vertical on the offensive boards. Porter just gifted at coming up with second and third chance opportunities.
Now, here's George. Excellent D that time there from McGee.
Boy, if you're going up against this guy in this close a range, you've got to defend with everything you've got. A tremendous job defensively.
Beverly against Murray. Stolen by Beverly.
That's just phenomenal defense. The defense feels like it's all over the place and knows exactly how to guard it.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
George against Porter. From deep. And it's Denver with the rebound. McGee's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That's his first foul. Little over a minute 30 into this first quarter. Murray surveying the D. And McGee kicks to Porter. Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. Shot clock at 6.
Patrick Beverly is one of the peskiest, most annoying defenders in the NBA. From tip to final buzzer, this guy's in your grill.
For Los Angeles, they've gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Here's George, and it's good for 2.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
And I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Here is Porter. Paul George making his last shot. Pulls it from 20. Count that one.
Such a multi-talented threat on the offensive end, and you love his confidence.
And here's George. George missing again.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Murray, good.
I think Murray's toughness gives him an edge on drives. He just doesn't back down.
George against Porter. George with the bucket.
And that's just showing off right there, guys. I mean, he is too good with that crossover.
Murray outside. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Murray's got his second basket of the game.
And even at 6'5", Murray just elevates high inside for these buckets. A high percentage shooter down low.
Now here is George. That one goes. Count it.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
They know that if this guy goes off, their chances of winning rise exponentially.
Beverly against Murray. Now, here's Jokic. He's covered closely, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That one on George.
And it's a challenge trying to guard Jokic from there. Adept at making you foul him on the way up.
And Jokic drops them both.
Well, this guy has multiple ways to get to the free throw line, and boy, has his stroke been on the money.
Outside Leonard. The pass to Morris. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
Really good job anticipating the rise and fire off the catch. Go ahead, Marcus Morris.
55 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Passes it to Jokic. Serge Ibaka pulls it in.
Boy, surprised he missed that. The defense just good enough to prevent that bucket.
You gotta love his aggressiveness to finish inside.
Well, his leaping ability gives him a great advantage. Now here's Murray. The drive by Jokic finds the hole for the second time from the floor. Now 2 for 5.
And like the initiative there, Jokic seen an opportunity to get inside and just attacking.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. George. And again, the Clippers good for 2.
Well, they're winning largely because of this guy's play. He has been sensational.
Murray outside. Pass to McGee. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
This is what we call highly efficient play. Working off the screen, getting to the cup.
Plenty of offense in this closely contested first quarter of play. Denver on top, up 1. The second quarter coming up right after this break. So
selfless. I mean, you need to put your...
Greg, there are areas of Jokic's game where he probably is the best in the world.
I can't think of a center with better floor vision or better passing ability. His positioning, his angles, his ability to use his size to maximize effectiveness, all at an elite level.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And from what we've been watching, guys, with the Nuggets, what are you seeing out there?
Playing inside out in that first quarter led to some high percentage shots in the paint.
It is great when you can get that established early, because to me it opens up every other aspect of your game.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. So on the floor for Denver, Paul Millsap out there with Green. Then there's Bull. Then there's Monte Morris. And it's Barton in its shooting guard. Bull, the pass to Morris. They kick it out to Green. Shoots over Leonard. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. Here's Bull. And the layup's good off the glass. Bull's got his first points in this one.
Hard to fathom, but he is really fluid in terms of getting up and down the floor. Bull making himself a capable threat all over the floor. You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on them.
And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Barton, wide open, he fires, misses the 3.
Boy, he won't miss many from that spot. The defense gets lucky there. Green
against Kennard. To the wing right side. Here's Mann. Barton defending. Kennard for three. Barton with the rebound. And so it's Barton bringing it up for the Nuggets. Trailing by 2. Morris with the ball. Guarded now by Jackson. And there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense. Today, Greg, we see a lot more friendly rivalries. Does that bother you?
Not at all. I mean, people like to say, well, our era had the rivalries were more bitter. I disagree with that. I think guys are every bit as competitive today as they've ever been.
That's good to hear.
They just also have more exposure and opportunity to be around one another. Kids today growing up, they've been playing against each other since the 5th, 6th grade in national tournaments. When we played, we didn't get to see the other top players around the country. So I think that was one reason why you didn't have a closeness with guys that unless you were on the same team.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And the wide open shot from Green. Buries the long-range jumper. And it's a 4-point Denver lead.
And I don't care how far from the bucket he is. You've got to have a man on him. He's just too good from deep.
Here's Jackson. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good.
Oh, just very good offensive execution. Couldn't have asked for a better shot.
Pass to Barton. 1:49 left now here in the second. Kicks it to Bull. Right side Millsap. On the wing, Morris. From deep three-point range. It's hauled in by Zubac.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
Boy, we're seeing it more and more. Guys looking to create additional space by stepping back further from the line.
Now Morris still looking for his first bucket in this one. And Millsap slams it in.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
And right now you love the chess match, right? The ability of each side to adjust to what the other is doing.
Jackson, that's good.
And with the defender draped all over him, Jackson has that strength to fight through the contact.
There's 48 seconds left to play here in the half. Morris looking over the floor. Offensive rebound.
Well, a tough first quarter for this guy. You like to see the shot go in. Nicely done.
Clippers have gone 5 of 8 from the floor here in the second quarter. Over 60% shooting. Jackson passes to Kennard. Nailed from three-point land. Kennard's got his first 3 points of the game.
That's the efficiency you want to see from Jackson. Using his poise and vision to make a play.
Outside Millsap. And JaMychal Green picks up the foul. That's his first foul. LA's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Steps back and shoots. JaVale McGee grabs the miss. McGee's got 6 rebounds now in the game.
When near the bucket, Paul George knows what to do. This guy has such a nuanced understanding of the offense.
Here's Porter, and denied. He sends it right off the glass. And that'll do it for the first half, a competitive game. All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to...
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody, good to see Paul George taking care of business in this one. He had 13 points, 2 rebounds, and
after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. It's been one outstanding game from George.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far unstoppable.
Setting the floor for the Clippers. We've got Kawhi Leonard. Baca is out there with Morris. Then it's Paul George. And it's Beverly in at the 1. Jokic kicks to Murray. From 18 feet away. Looking for McGee. He gets it there. That one's good, and the Clipper lead is cut down to just 4 points with a bucket from Jokic.
And just paying attention to the details, it makes great reads offensively. Jokic is so comfortable with the catch and shoot.
Leonard inside, defended by Gordon. Leonard inside, he's against Gordon. Leonard with the bucket. Leonard's got the lead up to 6 now for the Clippers. And Murray's got the ball here for the Denver Nuggets. And Kawhi Leonard with a very analytical approach to the game. Studies angles, movement, trying to groove in on perfect mechanics. I mean, he does it all.
Yeah, Kev, that goes back to his favorite high school subject, which was math. And think about how precisely he has built his game. He started at the free throw line, then went to the low post, and now has added the range game. Very analytic approach.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Basket, good. Jokic has got 4 this quarter.
Wow, what a start to this half. 3 for 3, dictating the pace on the offensive end. They're rolling early.
Leonard attacking. Yes, that goes in.
Boy, that's 3 for 4 this half. You like that they're starting with a little bit of extra energy. Nice.
Murray, the pass to Porter. Now, here's Jokic. Back to Porter. Denver passing it around. And it's Jokic missing.
They tried to stay perfect in the half, but 3 for 4 now.
Nobody near George. The quick look, no good that time. The Nuggets trail by 4. Gordon kicks to Porter. Back to Gordon. And he's on the money with his first shot today.
How about the touch and the under control nature of what Aaron Gordon is doing close to the cup? That's nice.
Here's Beverly. Outside, George. Takes the 3. Drains the three-pointer. George has got 16 points.
Well, the 3 ball has become one of the best attributes that Paul George brings to the table. Great form, great touch.
Murray, the pass to Jokic. Kicks it out to Gordon. Now Porter. Pulls up. Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession. Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. Clippers leading by 5. 1:32 left in the third quarter of the game. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Well, Paul George smack dab in the middle of the prime of his career, and maybe underestimated is his drive to win.
He's perfect from the line this time. There's 1:26 left to play here in the third. Morris dishes to Barton. And the rejection by Ibaka.
Boy, still a dependable shot blocker. That is what got Serge Ibaka playing time at the beginning of his career. Nice.
Want easy looks? Don't allow the defense to set up.
What a beautiful fast break opportunity, and the finish pretty good.
And Denver decides to take their first time out here. Paul George really making a difference here.
Boy, he's really had their number. They need to make some kind of adjustment during this timeout.
Here's Morris. He's still scoreless so far in this one. And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That is his first foul of the game. A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Barton outside to the middle. Here's Millsap, takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
Check out the footwork from Millsap. Rolls off the pick smooth and gets to his spot.
Kennard on the wing. Pass to Zubac. And stolen by Bull. Oh, and here we go. Green's got it. The fast break chance. Good on that shot. And with that, the Los Angeles lead is cut to just 5 on the basket for Morris.
There is an imagination, a creativity. This guy's passing drives the offense.
Here's Jackson. The pass to Zubac from 11 feet away.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
The Nuggets have yet to miss from the free throw line. They're 3 for 3.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line. So that's a nice all-around effort.
Both free throws good from Barton. So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles.
And looking to stop this run and get back on track.
Really needs to settle his guys down right now and get them refocused.
Make some noise, Denver. Your Nuggets dancers.
16 seconds left to play in the third. Jackson with it. Kennard on the wing. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Kennard's got 5 points so far.
Check out the vision from Jackson. Doesn't have to make the flashy play, just wants to make the right play.
And not so fast. The officials are going to check that shot again and make sure they got it right before we go to the fourth.
And even though, you know, you're thinking maybe we don't need the replay in a situation like this, still plenty of time left in this game, and really it's about getting the call right.
And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
I'll tell you, in today's game, you want skill and decision-making at every position.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Will Barton is out there with Morris. Then there's Paul Millsap. Then there's Bull. And it's Green in at the 3 spot. That's the group on the floor for Denver. Kennard's shot is off. The Nuggets trail by 5. Millsap passes to Green. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. Outside for Batum. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Jackson misses.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
At the line for your Nuggets, Paul Millsap.
And that one falls for Paul Millsap.
And it's fair to say that Millsap has been very underrated throughout his career. A versatile, tenacious forward who quietly destroys whoever he plays.
Catching up on the changes for Denver. JaVale McGee's checked in for Bull. Gordon comes in for Green. Porter's checked in for Will Barton. And it's Jamal Murray in for Monte Morris. Denver making a switch here. Jokic is checked in. Ibaka outside. Beverly for 3 to the paint. And it's off the back rim, no good. And so it's Porter bringing it up now for the Nuggets. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets.
Well, the rise and fire from Aaron Gordon in the mid-range, it's almost unguardable at this point.
And the Clippers call time here. And the Nuggets making a change here. Morris is checked in. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, over the break, I was able to listen to Tyronn Lue's huddle. This game is close, and he told his players, hey, guys, this is when it's fun, right? This is a close game, and this is when you get to show what you're made of. Right here, right now. Kevin, we'll see how they respond.
I have always loved the intensity with which Serge Ibaka plays, especially on the glass. He understands how to use his length.
Pass to Jokic. Stolen by Beverly. And now running up the court. Leonard pushing it up. And an intentional foul right there. Denver calls timeout.
Nuggets call timeout. Nuggets fans who want a free t-shirt, make some noise!
for the intentional foul. Jamal Murray, he's checked in for Denver. Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. The three from George. The three-pointers right on target. George has got 21.
Challenging this D with the three ball. That's his second from distance this half. And he also hit one in the first half, too.
And it's Murray with the jam.
Have to enjoy seeing Murray jam it down. His vertical is very impressive.
George against Porter. And George kicks to Beverly. Ibaka, the pass to George. From deep, it's deflected. McGee with the block. And it's Paul George with the foul. That's his third foul of the game. The Nuggets trail by 4. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. And that one is good.
Huge. Jokic comes through just fearless. What an option.
Now here's Beverly. Outside Leonard. And stolen by Murray. And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That's foul number 2 for him. And it's the Nuggets with the ball. Jokic passes to Gordon. He kicks it to Murray. Here's the dish to McGee to tie it up. And foul on the coach's challenge has been issued. First game like this, down to the wire, this is what it's for.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double checking, and the game continues on.
Leonard attacking, shooting foul as the whistle. And here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated. We'll have to now review the personal foul in question.
This is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Pass to Leonard. Outside George. They get it. Morris trying to free himself up. The shot by George, no good. The Nuggets have gone a perfect 4-4 to start the final quarter. Can't ask for anything more than that. Murray, good.
And the competitive nature of Murray making all the difference there. Doing everything he can to rally his team.
In the corner, George with it. Trying to get open is Ibaka. It drops. What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
These are the shots we have come to expect from Paul George. This guy is cold-blooded.
Wow, that was a strong dunk.
That is nice. And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
I'll tell you, it takes confidence to pull the trigger in that situation. You love guys who relish the moment.
Pass to Jokic. It's in!
Calm and collected in the game's biggest moments. You can rely on Jokic when you need a basket.
19 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. The shot by George, no good.
Yeah, you can't let him hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
Shooting for Denver.
He hits the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
That's what you call slamming the door. This one is over.
12 seconds left in the game. The three from George. And here's Morris for three. Good defense by Jokic. And here's Porter. Misses there. So we see Denver get the win here. It was a fantastic. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it. Up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Norman Powell, and it's Nurkic in at the center filling out the middle. George passes to Leonard. Uncovered. Good on the jump shot. Some of the best in the game go at it here tonight, Chris. What an incredible guard matchup we have here in this one.
Oh, Kevin, there are some all-time greats playing at the guard spots these days. It will be a fun matchup to watch.
Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. Kicks to Powell. Back to Nurkic. Lillard outside. 2 on the clock. No good with the triple.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
Here's George. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
Nice play by George. This is what size on the wing gives you, the option to pick your spot anywhere on the floor.
McCollum finds Lillard. It's Covington on the wing. Powell, the pass to Lillard. Over Beverly. Rebound by the Clippers. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. George has got the ball. Again, Los Angeles.
And hustle paying off there for George in the open court. Gets up court in a flash and finishes before the D can even react.
McCollum against George. Leonard with the steal. And here we go. Fast break. Beverly's got it. He's looking for Leonard and finds him.
That's what I'm talking about. That's a perfect 4-for-4 start for them. Now they're just getting all the shots they want.
Lillard with it. Leonard picks him up. Powell against Beverly. The shot by Powell, no good.
I don't think the D does good enough here, but something causes the miss.
Leonard out to Morris. This one for 3. Cans it from downtown.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Powell, the pass to Covington. And that time, also a missed shot.
Their focus next trip has to be getting a high-quality shot. I mean, they don't want to start the game 0 for 5.
Morris outside. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. Morris has got 6.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Here is Lillard. Solid shot from the distance of about 14 feet.
And that's an important basket there. The game was in danger of getting away from him here early if they let that run go on much longer.
The 3 from George. Baca against Nurkic. The 3 from George. And play stops as it looks like they call him over the back here.
An occasional over-the-back call is fine with him. That's just how he plays and how he attacks the glass.
Yeah, sometimes he's going to keep the possession alive. Sometimes he's going to commit the foul.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Cantor's shot is off. Clippers leading by 12. Morris kicks to Leonard. Back to Morris. Clock at 6. Banked in off the glass. 8 points for him.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
Out to the wing. 1:03 left in the first quarter of the game. Shoots it up. Now Cantor. Anthony, the pass to Cantor. The lead pass was put in just the right spot.
He's one of the best per-minute rebounders in the game. Cantor gets a lot of his points this way.
Outside, George. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That's on Enes Kanter. The Clippers shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line. That free throw good from George.
And, you know, you go back to that horrific leg injury in Vegas back in 2014, and Paul George hasn't just made it back to the NBA. He's come back a better player.
Pass to Simons. He kicks to Cantor. Makes it off the glass. Cantor's got his second bucket of the game to go.
A true inside-outside player. We know Cantor can hit a three, but he's at his best closer in.
George finds Zubac. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. Right side, Jackson.
Oh, man, what amazing speed and body control by Jackson. Once he penetrates inside, he's searching for the foul with his shot.
For Los Angeles, they have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both. And the first one at the line is good. Jackson hits both of them. Here's Simons. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Outside Anthony. No good on the last second attempt there. And so it's Los Angeles sitting with a comfortable. And before the game, we talked to Damian Lillard. You know, Greg, he is still...
I don't fear nobody.
And if Lillard's proved anything to us, Greg, in his career, you know he loves a challenge.
One of the premier big shot makers in this game. I don't know if there's anyone you'd rather give the ball to in crunch time.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And a comfortable margin here for the Clippers guys.
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Yeah, how many coaches say, we want to start fast? Now, let's see if they can maintain that intensity.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor. All fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the floor for Portland, Anthony is out there with Enes Kanter. Then it's Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. Then it's Jones. And it's Simons in at the point guard position. On the wing, Jones. Now the pass to Cantor. There's the lob to the hoop. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Here's George. That's his 4th basket of the game, and he's only taken 4 shots. Off to a good start.
This is the kind of teammate Batum is. You like seeing him share it like this.
Simons, the pass to Anthony. Zubac against Kanter. Fires from 14, and he connects with the jumper. Simons has got his first points of the game.
A tough start scoring the basketball, but they're starting to turn it around now.
Right side, George. High post, Zubac. Here's man, defended by Jones.
They would love to see every possession in with a high percentage shot like that.
Outside Anthony. Out to the right wing. Down low. Here's Kanter. It's hauled in by Zubac.
A fantastic effort on D to get up in his face and deny the layup.
George with no one around. A 3-pointer off the mark.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Here's Simons. A 3-pointer, no good. Clippers leading by 17. Here's Jackson. Here's Mann. And it's Portland with the rebound. It's tipped. Batum with the steal. Oh, and here we go. Jackson, nobody back. And Jackson throws it down hard.
Did you see that speed from Batum, showing the real tenacity on defense to come up with the steal?
Hollis Jefferson passes to Jones. Greg, who are your favorite players to watch in the NBA?
Boy, that's a tough one. You know, you gotta like the guys that have changed the game in some regards, right? Steph, KD, and Giannis. Those are three guys that are just doing things that don't seem normal.
True.
Then others who remind you of past greatness. You know, Jason Tatum with Kobe, or maybe an Anthony Davis with Hakeem. And those are guys that I love. And then the other guy, listen, LeBron James. I could watch him play basketball every day. You know, to do what he's done at this stage of his career, I just think it's incredible. And I think our game is in great shape.
Agree on all counts. Batum against Covington. Here's man. Shot clock at 6. Zubac trying to break loose. And the dunk by Jackson.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Starting to take over here, building a big lead that could ultimately prove insurmountable.
Nurkic dishes to Lillard. It's Powell on the wing. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up.
I like to see this. Lillard patient reading the D. He finds the open man.
There's 45 seconds left in the first half of the game. Jackson deciding where to go with it. That one good for 2. Jackson's got 6 here in this quarter.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Lillard from outside. It's hauled in by Zubac.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. That's a 2 from Kennard. Rebounded by Covington.
With the D playing soft off him, he might have been better off taking it to the hoop instead of settling for the jumper.
McCollum finds Nurkic. Jacks up a 3. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer. Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Right out of the gates, it was the Clippers setting the tone. They ended up scoring 14. And that...
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. You look at Paul George in this game, guys. He's been everywhere.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Yeah, working the ball, getting clean, quality looks. I mean, just efficient basketball through and through.
Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. Jackson is out there with Luke Kennard. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then there's Batum, and it's man in at the small forward. And Batum kicks to Jackson. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. A platoon swap here for the Clippers. And so it's Covington who brings up the ball for the Trailblazers. Passes it to McCollum. Back to Powell. And some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. To the middle. And Damian Lillard with the bucket on the assist by Nurkic. Lillard's got the first bucket of the third here for Portland. And for those of you turning in, we're about a minute into the second half. McCollum against George. That shot, no good. And it's Portland the other way.
And you look at Robert Covington, first team all-defense in 2018, the kind of versatile stopper that every team in the league could use.
Might take them a little while to find their stride here in the second half. Only 1 for 4 so far. They just need to calm down, play their game.
And he makes that one. George has got 13. And Covington may be not a star, but he's a winning player. We've seen that.
And the perfect example of that 3-and-D role player. Can guard 4 or 5 positions and can definitely sling it from outside.
Covington finds Powell. Now here's Nurkic. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Offline with the baseline jumper.
Only 1 for 5 to start the half. I mean, whatever adjustments they made at halftime weren't the right ones.
Beverly against Lillard. Inside, here's George. Lays it up and banks it in. 15 points for Paul George.
Just phenomenal awareness by Beverly, just dishing the ball to the wide open man easily.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
McCollum with the bounce pass. Nurkic in the post. Ibaka on him. And a wide open look for McCollum. Cans the shot with nobody near him. McCollum's got his second bucket. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. George passes to Ibaka. Kicks it to Beverly. On the wing, Morris. Dishes it to Ibaka. Shoots over Nurkic, and the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. And Los Angeles with some changes. And we just got a second look there at the exceptional Mobile One block.
Determined to protect the lead with the all-out effort defensively. Superb anticipation on the block.
Back to McCollum. Pass to Lillard. From deep three-point range. Rebound by the Clippers. Earlier, they held a 23-point lead.
Well, until he starts knocking down some shots, I don't think the deficit's going to get any smaller.
Here's Mann. Outside for Jackson. And the layup falls. Jackson's got 10 points in the game.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
Lillard scanning the floor. Covington passes to Lillard. He feeds it to Nurkic. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Nurkic has got his first basket.
Well, no doubt Nurkic knows how to get it done inside. I mean, using all of his height to find the shot.
Jackson against Lillard. 30 seconds left here in the third quarter. Kennard on the wing. Fires for three. And the rebound by Nurkic. Trailblazers trail by 20. McCollum finds Covington. Here's Lillard. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Lillard is such a crafty finisher. Even when he takes a pounding, he sticks with it.
The Trailblazers shooting their first free throw of the game. Jackson with it. Stolen. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers feeling good about their 17-point lead heading into the break. And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Rager, the all-time assist leader for the Big West Conference. In that frame, talk about some of the traits that make for a good floor general, a good point guard, a good facilitator.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you have to be a leader because that's what the position calls for. Unselfishness, instincts, that stuff matters. But ultimately, your teammates got to feel like you played for them. And that's when you have a chance as a team to be special.
I'm assuming you've always been like that. Am I correct?
No, that is not
really?
true.
Wow.
I evolved into a leader. In all seriousness, I think some guys are natural. Others, like myself, had to evolve into it.
We've got Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. Ennis Cantor is out there with Anthony. Then it's Jones. And it's Simons in at the one spot. That's the group on the floor for Portland.
this game would have a different look if it wasn't for his shooting. I mean, 100% from the field for him.
Pass to Canner. Outside, Jones. Back to Canner. Knocked loose. Jones dishes to Cantor. And that comes off the assist by Jones.
Embracing physical contact on the way up. Cantor seems to enjoy scoring right on the defense.
Jackson passes to Zubats. Anthony against Batum. Jackson down low. That one's not going to go. Trailblazers trail by 17. And here's Batum. To the inside, Zubats, and the dunk by Zubats.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, GA, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
Yeah, coach is definitely pleased. That's the execution he loves to see.
They get it back. Here's Mann. He dishes it to Batum. And the pass to Jackson. Buries it from three-point range.
They have ridden him today, and it has paid off in a big way.
And it's Jones with the ball for the Portland Trailblazers. To the right side. Hollis Jefferson passes to Cantor. Now Kennard. Now the dish to Jackson. Back to Kennard. Zubats kicks to Kennard. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. And it's Anthony with the jam.
And Melo, a skilled shooter, if he gets a clean look, you expect him to make it.
Jackson passes to Zubats. Batum dishes to Jackson. From outside the arc. Good once again. That makes him 8 for 9 this game.
And that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
Oh, that's just the mentality you have to have. Not wanting to give the opposition any hope of clawing back into this.
Over to the wing. Here's Simons. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Clippers.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And, you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Reggie Jackson.
No fatigue in this fella tonight. Tireless. Grinding out every possession and leading their offense.
Here's Anthony. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Well, Melo made his way back into the league last season. He was immediately a heavy minutes player for the Blazers. Looked good as a third scoring option for the team.
LA has gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Now, here is George. And Cantor pulls it down. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. There's the 3. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Earlier, they held a 23-point lead. George looking over the floor. Morris outside. Leonard with no one around. Los Angeles with another miss. They've shared the load offensively.
And, guys, they put the defense on their heels. You can see right now they're trying to react, and that's what you want when you're in a rhythm offensively.
Good anticipation on the feed. He knows exactly where to go with that ball.
And George kicks to Morris. Back to George. So the Clippers winning this one easily. David, thank you as always. And that'll wrap it up, folks. Deep rotation.
And Kevin, when you can go maybe 10 deep, it keeps your locker room happy. It also protects your team against injuries sinking a season.
And the Clippers starting five. Morris is out there with Ibaka. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George. And it's Beverly in at the point guard. And for Dallas, Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Tim Hardaway Jr. out there with Luka Doncic. And it's Finney Smith in at the small forward.
The evolution of Leonard's game, making things happen with the dribble drive.
Outside Hardaway. Rebound by the Clippers. Out to Morris. The tray. It's rebounded by Doncic. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Beverly. And now the Clippers on the break. Leonard with no one around. Shot is good off the back rim and in.
And you see Kawhi's hustle in transition, always putting himself in position to succeed.
Pass to Porzingis. And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. And the basket is good.
You just love how reliable he is. Night in and night out, his offense is there.
And there's the pass to Leonard. The shot will not fall. And it's Dallas the other way. Here's Porzingis with fast break chance.
At 7'3", Porzingis is almost impossible to guard, especially when he's focusing on trying to score.
This is his first free throw of the game. And both free throws good for Porzingis.
When your bigs can make free throws, it's a huge advantage. Love his approach to getting to the line.
The three from George. Porzingis with the rebound.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Doncic outside. Passes it to Finney Smith. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. The Clippers have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. And it's Leonard. That time on the assist by Beverly. Leonard's got 6 points. And so Doncic will bring it up for the Mavericks. Trailing by 2. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Pass to Porzingis. And the layup's good off the glass.
And a little contact won't go a long way against Porzingis. What a display of physicality.
Top of the key, Ibaka. Beverly wide open. And it's off from three-point range. And it's blocked.
At the point guard position, Patrick Beverly is a great shot blocker.
Los Angeles has gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. And Beverly kicks to George. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores.
Now, here's Doncic. He can't get that one. Great D that time from Leonard. And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. Porzingis with the block.
And with his length, Porzingis can be very disruptive on D. Not easy to get the shot off over that huge frame.
From deep, George. Mavericks with the rebound.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Inside, here's Kleba. Banked in off the glass.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
There's 42 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Leonard. Missed inside.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
And the dunk by Porzingis.
Really unacceptable letting Porzingis get that kind of positioning. Once he's established, it's over.
On the wing, George. It's rebounded by Doncic.
Hard to catch up when you can't hit shots. This is a quarter he liked to forget.
To Porzingis, outside Hardaway, and the 3 off target. And we reach the end of the first quarter. Mavericks lead by 4. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And what do you think, guys, about Dallas here in this one?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Yeah, they were very physical and very aggressive. They've just been the better team so far.
Here are the 5 the Clippers have to start the second. Ivica Zubac is out there with Batum. Then it's Luke Kennard. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's man in at the 3. Now, here's Zubac. Kennard for 3. The shot off that time. That's tipped. There's the pass to Zubac. Finished off the break. Zubac has got the opening basket here in the second quarter for the Clippers.
Just great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and then trigger the fast break.
Dallas again turning it over. Mavericks making a switch here. Powell's checked in. Let's take another look at the staunch defense during that mobile 1 block.
Emphatic with the rejection. You've got to appreciate that kind of forceful defense.
Now here's Jackson. Passes it to Zubac. Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. Count it.
Luke Kennard gets the ball off quickly, and the mechanics are consistent.
Now here's Brunson. No points in the game yet for him. And they call the foul, so he's got the and 1 chance here to make it a 3-point play.
That's a well-timed, well-coordinated play. Comes right off the pick or the lay-in.
The Mavericks shooting their 3rd free throw shot of the game.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line. So that's a nice all-around effort.
Now here's Jackson. That's a 2 from Kennard. And the Clippers getting another bucket right there. Here's Brunson. They lead by 1. Quarter number 2. We're about 2 minutes in. On deep. No good that time. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Kennard with the ball. 3-pointer. Here's man. Back to Batum. And stolen by Cauley Stein. Powell, the pass to Cauley-Stein. It's good. Cauley-Stein's got his first 2 points. I know you appreciate this, Greg. So much of defense now is closing out on the three-point shooting and then protecting the rim. Consequently, pull-up jump shooters are super valuable, and there are a lot of good ones in the NBA right now.
No doubt about it. And Kevin, you know, you think about a few guys. James Harden, I mean, he shoots that step-back three, but he's a guy that, because of his ability to utilize your inability to defend that three-pointer. Kyrie, Dame Lillard, those are some guys. Chris Paul still as good as anybody in that mid-range area. C.J. McCollum. These are guys that have really feasted and carved out a nice niche for themselves in the NBA because of that ability to take and make jump shots.
Man, I love that list. You're right on. Richardson gets a wide open look. Good on the triple. Richardson's got the lead up to 4 now for Dallas.
Good to see Richardson sink that one from long range. And defensively, I mean, there's only so much you can do against these three-point shots.
And Kennard wide open. He shoots. And, yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Reason why it takes extra energy to do it. You have to trust your defensive rotations, but it's worth it.
Now here's Cauley-Stein. And now Batum pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
Nice find by Luke. Shows good vision in both half court and in transition.
And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for the Mavericks. He kicks it to Cauley-Stein. That's to Powell. .43 seconds left to play in the first half. And there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time. Brunson against Jackson. Outside, Batum. Jackson misses.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Richardson attacking. And it's Richardson slamming it down.
Josh Richardson being aggressive. This is what his teammates want, and they can feed off that emotion and intensity.
In the corner, Kennard with it. And the shot is long.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Here's Powell. Can't connect from 13 feet out. And some good action to the... All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And we hope you enjoyed the... And Kenny, along with the incredible production Luka Doncic gives this team, his leader. And that'll...
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. It's been quite a game for Porzingis.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything that the league can do to slow him down. He's just that good.
You know, you almost take it for granted. You look at his numbers from the first half, they're just expected at this point.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. On the floor for Dallas, Kleber is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Luka Doncic out there with Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 slot.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. And Beverly kicks to George. Leonard dishes to Ibaka. Out to Morris. Back to Ibaka. Over Porzingis. The Mavericks pull it in. Porzingis has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Doncic against Beverly. A floater. And it's Doncic missing. Clippers trail by 6. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Dating all the way back to college, this is one of Kawhi's pet moves, the Sutton pull-up jumper.
And guys, even though he's in a big market,
Kawhi Leonard still not one for the spotlight.
That is so true. It's not about the fame for him. He's in L.A., but Kawhi Leonard stays in his bubble. All the trappings that come with being a great player, he's truly focused on the love of the game, winning and being the best possible player he can be. Only 1 for 4 in this half. Sometimes it's execution. Sometimes the shots just don't go down.
Mavericks leading by 6. And here's Doncic from the arc. A pass to Porzingis.
Oh, just a soft touch on both ends of that pretty alley.
I got to say, when he threw the pass, I didn't know where it was going. George, with no one around, knocks down the 3 ball. George has got 5 now.
One of George's main strengths, able to stretch the floor with his outside shooting.
No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. The 3. Leonard, great positioning on the putback.
Great anticipation. He has great hands. Kawhi gobbles up second chance opportunities.
Doncic against George. And that one's good. Doncic. And the Mavericks lead by 5.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Here's George, and George with the stuff.
I mean, he is explosive with his leaping ability. Paul George is well-versed in finishing above the rim.
Now, here's Doncic. On the wing, Doncic. Puts up a 3. That doesn't go either for Doncic.
There's some defense for you. For someone who's as good at shooting the 3 ball as he is, you need a defender who's equally good at guarding against it.
We know Beverly's ability as a defender, but don't underestimate his ability as a distributor. He has good vision.
Just over 3.5 minutes through the 3rd quarter of play now. And it's Doncic. That time on the assist by Porzingis. Doncic has got 4 points this quarter. And Leonard has it in the corner. For the tie, it falls for his 7th bucket of the contest. He's 7 for 9.
In case anyone was wondering, this is what it looks like when you're in the zone. He hasn't missed one all quarter.
And here's Doncic from the arc. The rebound by Ibaka.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
George with the bucket.
And that's his 2nd triple of the half. None for him going into the break.
The 3 for Doncic. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Hardaway with the steal. Feeds it to Doncic. 27 seconds left to play here in the 3rd. Dallas again missing.
I can see he's pressing a little now, trying desperately to help them shrink this deficit.
Leonard kicks to Morris. Again, Los Angeles.
And a nice spark for their offense here in the 2nd half. Now above 50% for the game.
Shot to stop the run. That one's good, and the Clipper lead is cut down now to just 2 points with that basket from Doncic.
It's clear that Doncic has the touch from 3-point land. Now he just needs the consistency.
Kawhi Leonard has been on display for Los Angeles. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. We come back right after this. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Very unselfish. If you appreciate teamwork, this is the kind of play that will get you up out of your seat.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this 4th quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got Batum. Kennard is out there with Reggie Jackson. Then it's Ivica Zubac, and it's man in at the small forward. Just 5 to shoot. Doncic passes to Finney Smith. Lets it go from deep. Yep, it goes, and the Clipper lead is cut down to just 1 on the basket from Doncic.
And love how much Doncic believes in himself. It shows when he shoots off the pass like that.
Pass to Zubac. Hardaway against Kennard. Zubac trying to break loose. Kennard's shot is off. The Mavericks shooting at 52% from the field. They're clicking. And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That's his first foul. We played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. Outside Hardaway. The three for Doncic. No good that time. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Right side Jackson. Kennard for three. It's rebounded by Doncic.
And the truth is, this league would have been much bigger had he shot better.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult.
The pass to Zubac. On the wing, Jackson. And the call. Folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, I heard Rick Carlisle during that last break talking with the team. He said, guys, we don't want to play hero ball. We don't want to take threes that aren't there. There are better options when you run the offense all the way through. Kevin, we'll see if they can make that adjustment.
So frustrating when you can't get anything to go down as you're trying to help your team finish the job.
Doncic looking it over. At the Kleba. There's the dish to Doncic. 4 on the shot clock. Hardaway from outside. Rebound by the Clippers. Kennard for 3. It's rebounded by Doncic. Doncic has got his 5th rebound in this one. Floats one up, and it goes down 2 points. Doncic has got 12 points here in the second half.
How about the poise from Doncic right there? He ups the ante when it's a critical possession here in the game.
Here's Jackson, and he lays it straight in. And the Clippers lead by 1.
This is what the team needs from Jackson. Leadership when the game heats up.
Doncic against Jackson. That's a Hardaway. Porzingis passes to Doncic. A pass to Porzingis. Up high to stop the alley-oop.
And putting his long arms there to good use. Porzingis has a large catch radius on those alley-oops.
Kennard on the wing. Porzingis with the steal. Stolen by Jackson. All by himself. Yep, that one goes. Guys, what a game. 8 lead changes here.
And don't be surprised if it comes down to the last possession.
Pass to Kleba. Kennard against Doncic. And the call will be against Luke Kennard. That is his first foul of the game. A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Here's Doncic. And it's good, 2 points.
Incredible. Doncic decides he wants to take over, and that's his personality. He comes up with the goods on that one.
Outside, George. To the paint. A steal. And here is Doncic. Lets the three fly. Knocks down the three.
You know that he's always going to find a way to get the ball in tight situations like that and knock it down.
And here is Los Angeles now. George dishes to Leonard. Pass to Beverly. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Now Leonard kicks it to Beverly. They get the rebound. Outside, George. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Now, here's Doncic. From deep three-point range. No good on that one. So a close game sees Dallas taking this one. All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it.